I'm Doris, and today we're going to be talking about spades and swords, the swords from the tarot cards. Spades are one of the most difficult to understand out of all the cards. The other ones are sort of very clear what they mean, but spades is more of an evasive type of thing. I always see, when I see spades, and I count them in my spread, how many are there? Because the spades mean things that are happening outside of you or happening to you that you cannot control. So there's a letting go type of thing. You know, just shake your hand, put your hands together, and just let go. The universe is trying to show you something, trying to point out something, trying to give you insight in something. It's a very philosophical type of card, and that's why it has that movement of what is going to happen here. You know, how does this relate to me? Now look at the cards around you and use your intuition, and that may help tremendously. Now let's talk about the King of Spades. The King of Spades is a very hard person to get to know. Not easy at all. What the person says may not be what they mean, and when they say something they mean, they don't really realize it, okay? Very strong personalities, very strong. And in a way, if that person is your friend, it's a friend for a lifetime. But if that person is an enemy, watch out, because it'll never end. They hold a grudge and nothing's going to stop them. Even if you express that you're sorry, it may not be enough. So always pay attention to when you see the spades in your setup, or spades or swords in your readings. Now, the king is a person that either has a business, or he can be a person, if he doesn't have a business, I mean, he could be working on construction, but he takes his job serious. Everything he does is very serious. Now, I find the King of Spades, on a personal note, someone that I would want to be friendly with, because they have your back all the time. If you have proven yourself, and because they don't go to people that easily, you have to keep proving yourself over and over and over. It may take years, but once that's done, you could flub up and it'll be fine, as long as you don't flub up too much, you know, too often. The other part of the King of Spades is there's a freedom inside that person that they do not show. So they can surprise you in so many different ways. They have, again, it's this philosophical look to them. They're how can I say, there's a freedom. I can't even put it into words, as much as maybe when I'm speaking to you can understand it if you know somebody is very similar to that. Now the Queen is very similar. She's a person hard to get to know, and you can sort of tell by her eyes, like when she's listening to you, it's maybe a maybe she believes you, and it's a maybe she doesn't. Be consistent, be fair, because the spade people are fair. Okay, I can bring that out to your attention. Very fair. They think things out, and they do things deliberately. You may not think so, but they do. So when they do something, you know it was on purpose, even though if they say, well, I didn't mean it, it was on purpose. They're very deliberate in anything they do, because they think things out. They don't talk it out. So people may have a husband or a wife or children that sort of want to sit alone and have it quiet and just do their own thing. That is a spade. Now we'll get back to the knight. When you see the knight, it's a spade or a sword. This person means telling you that you're going to get information that you may not like at all. Okay, it's outside of you. Now it could be, I don't want to say it's a death type of thing, but I'm using it as an example. Say it's like a distant relative has an ailment or is about to die or something on this idea. It's something outside of you that will touch you in some way. So it's to here again, pay attention to when the spade shows up and be alert, because like my feeling of doing the cards, it's taking me out of my little square world and seeing things from a different perspective. And that's what the spades always do. Now, if you have a spade that's a page, that means we'll go back to a child. Now, this child I see quiet, keeps to him or herself. When asked a question, when this child asks a question, they have thought it over. You've got to answer the question. It's very important to this child because a child has thought it over, doesn't find it easy to ask questions. And you need to use your intuition when you see this child, this person there, to bring this child out. Now, something I want to bring to everybody's attention, this could be an adult that is sort of immature. You know, when you see the page, is it a child or is it an adult that's immature? You have to work that on for yourself. And again, this person, the child, would be very, very serious, would do well in school, stubborn, very, very stubborn, hard to get through when they have made up their mind, and this works with all the spades. Well, that's our talk about the spades, and thank you for watching.